Hello, this is the Ohm's Law experiment. Select the language and enter the laboratory. The laboratory assistant, Amy, will briefly introduce herself and explain the experiment. Please listen to her.
Hi, I see a science enthusiast. Welcome to VRLab Academy. I'm Amy, your lab assistant. When an electrical potential difference is applied between the two ends of a conductor, a current flows through the conductor from high potential to low potential. The electrical resistance of the conductor determines the amount of current flowing. The ratio of the potential difference to the current is equal to the electrical resistance of the conductor. The relationship between potential difference, current, and resistance is known as Ohm's law. In this experiment, measure the potential difference between the terminals of an ohmic resistor and the current flowing through the resistor. Measure these two quantities by changing the potential difference at least 7 times. Then plot the potential difference versus current graph. Then find the slope from the graph. Interpret whether the slope is equal to the electrical resistance.
First, let's investigate the experimental setup. Turn on the system and the electric board. There are sockets where you can connect devices or components. Select the resistance from here and place the resistors onto the electric board. For example, let's place it here to construct the circuit. It's a simple circuit. The circuit you need to build is shown in the theory section on the VRLab tablet. As you can see, the power supply, resistor, and ammeter must be connected as shown in Figure 1. Take the connectors from here, or use the connection wires to build the circuit. Start by connecting the connector here, and then you can connect it here. You can place the resistor anywhere on the board. For example, if you place the resistor here, you can connect the positive pole of the power supply to the resistor in this way and connect the voltmeter in parallel with the resistor. Now, I am taking the wire and connecting the ammeter in series with the resistor. I have connected the ammeter. To complete the circuit, I am placing the connector here and connecting the wire here. The circuit is now complete. Next, I need to supply power to the circuit. Click the button to turn on the power supply and adjust the voltage, potential difference. You can start at 2 volts to perform the experiment. Read the voltmeter and ammeter values, then record these values in the table. The table is provided in the Experiment Setup section. Here is the table, and the Procedure section is accessible by clicking this button. You can follow the experiment step by reading these procedures. Now, let's start recording the voltmeter and ammeter values in the table. The research question is related to Ohm's law, so you can expect the current to be linearly dependent on the voltage. Let's begin by writing down the voltage and current values for the first measurement. This is 2 volts, and the current is 0.02 amperes. Increase the power supply voltage, read the voltmeter and ammeter values, and record them here. After completing the table, you can use the Draw Graph button to create a graph and the Save Data button to save the raw data. I have completed the table, changed the power supply voltage, and finished recording the values. I have drawn the graph based on the data from my table. And I have also created the graph from the data in the personalized answer key. That's all. Thank you for watching.